What is going on, everybody? It is Wristlock MMA, and we're back with our best bets video, this time for one of the biggest cards of the year, UFC 322 in New York, Madison Square Garden, the bright lights. Main event, we got Islam Makhachev taking on JDM. In the co-main, we got Weili Zhang moving up, trying to defeat Valentina Shevchenko. Both huge title fights for the division. Both people, newcomers, trying to get in a new weight class and win a second belt. Full card is stacked from top to bottom, and we're going to start it off in the prelims with our first bet. It's going to be our prelim parlay. Got two females, Fatima Klein and Erin Blanchfield, combined with Rodolfo Vieira, Bo Nickel to reach round 2 to get to plus 112 odds. Just an easy parlay to start the night, make some money to have for the main card. So that's our prelim parlay. I believe Erin Blanchfield and Fatima Klein can get the finish, but we're not even picking an outcome for this one. We're picking them just to get it done by money line. They're pretty big favorites, so obviously the books think they're going to get the win too. We just need them to come through. They're both from New York. They're fighting in their hometown. I believe they both have grappling upside. And then on the feet, they're facing somebody that doesn't possess much. Tracy Cortez, nothing crazy on the feet. We know what she's going to bring. It's just a matter of really, can she stuff Erin Blanchfield's takedowns? And even if she can stuff the takedowns, I think on the feet it's actually a pretty close fight, and we've seen it before. I got Erin Blanchfield by decision, but she could get a finish, but we just need the money line. And then obviously Fatima Klein, she's taking on Angela Hill. I think that's a pretty easy fight for Hill. You know what you're going to get with her every time. She's been around the division forever. She's 40 or 41 years old. She's still in great shape for that age. And obviously it's women's MMA, so it's a little different. But I think Fatima Klein could actually find a finish here, whether she gets a submission or like a flash knockout. Fatima Klein is a finisher, and she's a finisher in both ways, submissions and KOs. So watch for Hill, maybe to get finished here for the first time in a while. And I know the fight not to go to the decision is plus 250, so that could be another bet to look at. But for this one, first parlay of the night, Fatima Klein, Erin Blanchfield, and then the round 2 to start in Vieira versus Nickel. That is going to be our first bet of the night. And then in our second bet of the night, again in the prelims, I love the prelim action on this card. We're going to go with our underdog of the week, Chepe Mariscal, the machine gun. I seen him out in Vegas at the PI when I was out there with Dante. Looks like a beast, man. He's a decently sized 45er, not tall, but he's thick. He's a thick boy, and he's relentless. He's reckless a little bit, but it works for him, and he uses it to his advantage. He's taken on somebody in Pat Sabatini that is definitely a grappler, and they fought before, and it was on the regional scene, and it was a really close fight. Chepe got the win then. He's, for some reason, now the underdog, and I think he's actually the fighter that's leveled up his game more than what Sabatini's done. I think Sabatini is still the same fighter that he was in that fight. Maybe he's gotten a little better, but I think he is still the same fighter like himself compared to Chepe. I think he's actually a lot better now, and I think he's a lot smarter a fighter now. I think on the regional scene then, he was a lot more reckless, and he was a fighter, but he wasn't a trained technical assassin that he is now. He's a killer now, and I love the work that he's been doing lately. Sabatini's got a little bit of a win streak going right now, and he's the hot thing with his grappling, but I think Brito did a really bad job in that fight, jumping guillotine. I think Chepe, even though he did it one time in their original fight, I think you'll not see him jump guillotine if Sabatini goes for a takedown. I think you'll see him use his frames, motion off, try to use the cage to turn him against him, and he's going to try to avoid those takedowns at all costs. Because on the feet, this fight is it's not really close at all, to be honest with you. So that's going to be our second bet of the night, our underdog of the week, Chepe Mariscal, plus 110 I got him at. I'm not sure what he's going to be at now. I was happy to see him make weight, and pretty easily. He looked good on the scales, looked healthy. He was laughing. I seen a video in the background where he still had energy. You know what I'm saying, making 145. So that's good to see. He's missed weight in the past, and I'm going Chepe Mariscal to win. Bet number 3, we're going with a little round parlay. This is another safe one. I think it's coming right around even money, minus 110. I don't think it's plus money. I think it's minus 110, minus 120, depending on the book you're using. This is going back to our dog of the week fight. We're taking round 3 to start in the Chepe Sabatini fight. Obviously, they've already fought before as a pro. They've already went 15 minutes together. We're just asking them to go 10 more minutes together. So that is going to be our first leg of the parlay. Chepe Mariscal and Sabatini to reach round 3. No winner, just for the fight to reach round 3. The second leg of the parlay is going to be round 2 to start in the Prates versus Edwards fight. So we're just asking for that fight just for round 2 to start. I feel like we're not asking too much in either of these fights. just for round 2 to start, round 3 to start. I think we're not asking for too much. I think if there is a finish in the Edwards-Prates fight, it's going to be after the first round. Same thing in the Chepe-Sabatini fight. Unless Chepe catches him with something crazy or Sabatini gets a weird submission, I think this fight most likely goes all 3 rounds or maybe a late finish. But I can't see really an early finish in this one. So at minus 110 odds for the two, I think that's a pretty safe bet. And that's going to be our bet number 3, and it's going to be one of our round bets. I'm going to toss in a quick round bet. It's not going to be part of the video, but just another one that I kind of liked. It's going to be the no parlay. It's going to be 3 fights not to go the distance, so just no, no, no. And we just need those 3 things to happen. And the fights it's going to be the Borshev versus Camilo fight on the early prelims, Robocop and Roman Kopylov on the prelims, not to go the distance, and then Sean Brady and Morales on the main card, not to go the distance. 3 fights not to go the distance, 3 fights where I think both guys could find finishes, and I just like the chances of those 3 fights not going the distance. I think it's going to be around plus 200, plus 180 area on that one, so I think that's a pretty good parlay right there. So 2 round parlays. I counted it as 1, but that's bet number 3. Bet number 4, we're going with our prop of the night. And in this one, I also have 2 bets in this one. So I know I said I only had 5 bets, but I got a couple more for you guys. Our first prop of the night is going to be about even money. So this is the more likely one to happen and one that I really like. It's going to be Kyle Daukaus to win in round 1 or 2. And I have it right now at plus 115. And I think most likely come fight night, this is going to be one that's minus money and probably favored to happen. Because I do think Kyle can win by sub. He can win by KO. And I think I've seen people on both sides picking one or the other, and I think this round 1 or 2, it kind of saves you because GM3, if it gets to round 3, he's probably going to decision. But it seems early on, rounds 1 and 2, he can just find his way where he gets hit with something, falls down, and then just get TKO'd. Or I can see a world where he gets hit with something and then gets a club and sub loss. So I just really like Kyle to win in rounds 1 or 2. Doesn't matter how he does it, if he knocks him out, if he submits him. I want to see Kyle have a good UFC run in his return, and I think it starts with GM3 getting finished at Madison Square Garden. That's a banger. That's on the prelims. This whole card's got excellent fights from top to bottom, and the fact that that's one of the earlier prelim fights is pretty crazy. But in the second part of our 4th bet, we got another prop. Weili Zhang by submission, and I know some of you are probably looking at me like, this dude is crazy. What is this dude thinking? What does he know? I know a little bit. I was at the Performance Institute out there, and it seemed like Weili and her coaches were planning a super heavy grappling game plan, and they were working a lot of submissions. And I think that's something that I'm sure Valentina's expecting it, but it's going to be something that's going to be a little different when they're in there. And Weili's out-grapples her opponents in every single fight. She's gone against Tatiana Suarez, who's probably the best women's grappler in MMA, like pure grappler. Out-grappled her, made it look easy. She was the underdog in that fight. Suarez is bigger than Valentina, and I can't see a world where Weili and I just think that was a sign out there, me being at the Performance Institute and seeing Weili working on her submissions, grappling with men. She's not training with female training partners. She was grappling with men. I seen her talking to Grasso, and that was kind of like a light bulb clicked in the head. And Weili's catching a submission. I could see her taking the back, getting a rear naked choke, maybe a front head. That's what they were working on out there with some front head stuff, guillotine, Darce, and anaconda choke. So I definitely think there's options for that. But at plus 1300s, I got to take a little scoop. Right now I have a decent amount of money on it. I might cash that out. I don't know. I'm going to be back up in Michigan tomorrow placing more bets, and I might have to put a little bit less on it because I do have $100 on Weili by sub right now at plus 1300, and that's a little shameful. That's a crazy prop, and it's crazy odds, but I just have the weirdest feeling ever that Weili's going to get it done by sub on Saturday. So those are my 2 prop of the nights. Obviously, the Kyle one's a little bit more confident, but the Weili one, if it hits, that's money. 5th bet, it's just going to be a long shot, so this one, definitely do not throw the house on this. This is one that I like, but it's not like the most confident one ever. But I think it definitely has a little bit of a chance of hitting. It's plus 1,700, almost plus 1,800. We started off, it's all main card. First fight of the main card, BSD versus Dairouche, not to go the distance. It's favored to happen. I think no matter who wins, I think they do probably get a finish. Second bet, Carlos Prates money line. I think he's the better kickboxer than Leon Edwards. I think he's a better martial artist. Some people say Leon's getting overlooked, but I think if you look at the people he's fought, man, he's gotten a very very blessed time in there who he's with, and I think Prates has fought already the highest levels at 170, and I think he's going to show, even if he doesn't finish him, I think he dominates Leon Edwards and makes it look easy kind of. Next one, this one's even money, so it's going to be one of the harder parts of it. The fight not to go the distance in Michael Morales versus Sean Brady. I think both guys have finishing upside. Brady with his submissions, Morales with his knockout power. He's a big dude. I've seen him on the scales this morning. Huge, and I think he outsizes Brady by a lot. But I think there's a world where Brady finds a submission, and there's a world where Michael TKOs him. So why not take a chance on the fight not to go to the distance? We got two left, the two co-main and main event. Weili Zhang and Shevchenko, round 4 to start. So we just need it to be a 3-round fight. We need all the first 3 rounds to kickbox and wrestle and do whatever. And as soon as round 4 starts, boom, we're checked off on the leg. 4 legs down, 1 to go. And in the main event, you take Jack Della, straight money line. You don't have to worry about him knocking him out. He's probably going to knock him out stiff, but he could win a decision in this one. We just take JDM money line, plus 1782. We could add a profit boost to it, 10%, and freaking play plus 2,000. But I really like that parlay. That at plus 1,700 for the main card only. That's a crazy one. I'm going to have a couple other long shot parlays posted on the Wristlock Instagram. If you haven't already, go follow Wristlock MMA on Instagram. I post my bets there. I post my picks, news, drop a lot of stuff on there. So go follow that if you're not. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe, please. It goes a long way. Like and leave a comment. I appreciate anybody watching this video. I'm trying to make everybody money. I don't charge anything for any picks or anything like that. So I just do this. I like to do it. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make this money. Money, money, money. Money.